So my battery died during my last live, so figured I'd try and maybe finish up before it dies again. Went and got a more comfortable seat. When are you going to meet up with the Misfits? I'm going to meet up with Brad as soon as I get into town. Andrew, shortly after that. Depends what day of the week I get there. How long is it going to take us to go 2,140 miles? Did you hear Savage Psycho Joe's last post where he said the owner kicked him out because he was stronger than him because he had to pick up someone at the ER? Dude, Savage Psycho Joe is so fucking awesome. He is unreal. I saw something he wrote. He said the best thing about being able to lift over 999 pounds is when you leave the bar on the rack, no one else can move it, so it'll be there when you get back. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? There's not one thing that guy could do with 1,000 pounds. Jason texted me the other day. Very happy about it. I don't know what the fuck that was. So, when are you meeting up with Big Rob? I'm not. I'm so happy Big Rob is out of my life. All I really want to see when I go to Delray is Brad, Andrew, Lenny, Koth, Andrew, I wouldn't mind seeing Synthol Mark, but that's pretty hard to do. You got to fit into his schedule. But I'm definitely going to go check out Synthol, what's his name? Not Synthol. Koth Andrew. Definitely go check out Andrew over there at Palm Beach Gym. Other than that, now that I don't go out and party, all those people that I used to know at the bar scene, they don't call you once you stop partying. Those are your bar friends. Those aren't your real friends. So, my friends are my brothers of iron that go to the fucking gym and fucking lay it all down and bust their balls. Jay, were any of the nurses hot? I wouldn't go with say hot, but there was. I would say that there was one or two I was somewhat sexually attracted to. But they were just average. They were just average-looking girls. Very average, average bodies, average faces. They were just nice girls, nice, thin, average girls. You know, if you got a great personality and you're fun to be around and you're not a fucking liar and you're not a cunt, I don't have a problem with a chick being, average looking. You don't have to be no prom queen to fucking get my eye. Be cool to hang around with. You know? I'm not gonna live with Jason. Jay, you looking rounder by the day. Well, this chair has got me all squished. Meet Big Dale. What's Ariana's biggest fan laughing about? Hey, Jared, what's up, buddy? Jared's a good kid. We got to get some muscle on Jared without gaining any fat back. Jared needs to do a clean bulk. Meaning, well, you guys know what that means. He needs to do a clean bulk. And I asked Jared if he used to be incredibly heavy, because I could tell, because he's got some of that stubborn fat on his chest. I think Masteron would help get rid of that. But I think he wants to stay natural for right now. So, but that stubborn baby fat, because you used to be tubby, that shit's really hard to get rid of. So Jared needs to do a clean bulk. He needs to be eating like food that you can't criticize, like not sugar beets, I'm sorry. Brown rice, sweet potatoes, steel cut oats, lean fucking cuts of beef, chicken, fish, beans. He needs to be eating the clean of clean, but he needs to be eating those meals fucking 6 times a day, ready to barf at the end of the day. That's what I would suggest for old Jared. A clean bulk. Absolutely no shitty food, but taking in a ton of macros. But as long as you keep it clean, I don't think upping your macros is going to get you fat again. You'd have to watch it with someone who knows a little bit more of what they're talking about. Because, he wants to stay natural. If Jared was one of my athletes, I would put him on I would stick his bottom with 2 cc's a test right now. And then I would get him on some Winnie and some Proviron to try and tighten up that chest. Get rid of some of that baby fat. But that's just me. Hamburg. When is Hamburg coming to town? It's coming soon. Hamburg. I'm going to be able to spend a lot of time with Hamburg because I'm going to be on disability. Better not leave me and your daughter alone too long. You might wind up with an anchor baby. Grandpa Hamburg. Keep Hannah here for 9 months. Let her squirt out that baby on American soil, and it would be a United States citizen. That way the mother would not have to go home. And then they could eventually bring the grandparents over. That's how our immigration works. Hannah's got to take one for the team, Hamburg. I wonder if I still make sperm. I don't know. Need someone to taste it and tell me. Maybe I should freeze some and send it to Genova. I could fill up an ice cube tray with cum. Tell Genova they're homemade popsicles. Tramadol. There's a lot of things I'd like to do to Jason, but many of them could lead to my arrest. But God, would it be funny? Klonopin. Washing it down with Mountain Dew, little caffeine, keep the party going. Who the fuck wants to come live with me? Someone I don't know. I guess it's too early. I guess all my people I know are still working. I knew it was going to be an early night for me, so I didn't want to go live later tonight. Because I'm going to get some good rest. I'm going to get a good dinner. And the gym opens at 7. I'm going to be at the gym at fucking 6:55. Training back. Big J, serious question. Were you recovering at the same hospital as Coma Kid Jake? I have no idea. There's only one hospital in Rapid City, South Dakota. So, figure it out for yourself. Coach Andrew looks like he's wasting away. Hope he gets better. Yeah, I don't know what his deal is. He had that black girlfriend and then his whole life went downhill. See, guys like him need white women. Keeps their mind right. The best kind are average, my friend. I agree. I don't want some Barbie doll, that fucking, to me, a woman's character and how well she takes care of herself are what mean everything to me, and when I say takes care of herself, she doesn't eat a pint of ice cream every fucking night, and she does some fucking cardio. She looks good. That's all part of taking care of yourself. Yeah, I want a woman with a good body. But if the good Lord didn't bless her with fucking beautiful looks, who cares? If she takes care of herself and has a real nice body and she gets along with your friends and she's fun to be around and you don't have to lie to her, who wants to lie to their old lady? You know what I mean? Like if you're doing something harmless, like I'm going to film with Brad and Andrew. Some chicks are going to be like, oh, we're supposed to go to my sister's. It's my niece's birthday party. Well, I don't want to deal with that. I want a chick I don't have to lie to. Someone else requested go live. A bunch of people I don't know. I'm not going live with people I don't recognize your name. I went live with what's his name last night, who I thought I knew pretty well, and the kid choked. Who'd I go live with last night? I fucking forget. He fucking choked, man. He got on, he saw himself on camera, and he fucking couldn't talk, couldn't do shit. MJ Rivera, 365. Not too lazy in the sack. Beautiful girls are fucking boring in the sack. Well, yeah, that's because really, really hot chicks, like when they're sucking your dick, they suck your dick like someone's taping it. They're not sucking your dick to please your dick. They're sucking your dick to look good. You know, you just want to grab them by the fucking hair and fucking throat fuck them. Get that fucking, those tears running down their face and get some raccoon eyes going. Yeah, they're always behaving like they're on camera. Yeah, I can't stand that. What's a good training split for a natural? No more than 4 days a week, bro. You need at least 3 days of recovery. I really don't know. Any split's going to be good. Just don't do too much of it. Do you think fat shaming works? It doesn't work on me. You guys call me fat all the time. But it works on the playground. I mean, don't some fat kids in elementary, when they hit puberty and they get a little taller, and some of those kids become the fucking star athletes of the school. And when you were in elementary, their nickname was Bubba. But the next thing you know, Bubba's fucking running the ball up the middle, for a gain of 40 yards. Big Lenny's ab. What's up, my friend? My Portland buddy. He doesn't really live in Portland, but that's where I think of him. Jay, you look like an educated Negro. That is really racist. That's like saying you look like a clean Negro, or you look like a Negro that bathes themselves and has real good hygiene. You can't talk like that. I think what's his name? Joe Biden said a bunch of shit about Obama way back when, 10 years ago. When he said, yeah, he looks like a real clean cut young man, real clean. Yeah, it looks like he keeps himself clean. Yeah, you can't say that shit about blacks. Thinking of moving down to Delray from Michigan. What is a good gym to train at? Really, there's a shortage of good gyms in Delray right now. Obviously, I belong to two gyms in Delray. I belong to LA Fitness and Planet Fitness, just because I'm able to use those memberships nationwide. I don't know what kind of lifter you are. I don't know your background. You might want to look into the Boynton Barbell Club. They do a lot of powerlifting, and they've got a lot of the implements that you would need to train for strongman. And that's like a warehouse gym, with the roll-up garage doors. It's a pretty kick-ass place. And they got all the chains and all the bands, all that type of stuff you need. I'd like to train there. But Brad has to train where people can see how much he spends on grooming. And Andrew just doesn't give a fuck. Eric Salazar 100. Bully, I troll and you get mad at me when I'm just messing with you. I really don't recognize your name, so I don't think I get too mad at you. Go live with Jared. I'd like to. I'd like to go live with Jared. Jared's a nice young man. Most you ever squatted pre-injury? The most I ever squatted was not at when I was my strongest. 1988 Teenage Nationals, USPF Federation, Houston, Texas, with a squat suit on. So obviously it was not raw. I believe I squatted 675. But that was when I was 19 years old. That was at the Teenage Nationals. But once I turned 20, I was stronger. I just didn't go that heavy. I was more into doing the track and field thing, throwing the shot put, throwing the hammer. He would grow as hell with Sestron and Winstrol. Yeah, needs some Proviron though in there, or some Masteron. Proviron and Winnie would tighten up that chest. That's what Jared needs. I don't like Sestanon because Sestanon has that super long ester testosterone in it. I believe it's testosterone decanate or decanate, whatever you want to call it. That is garbage. That testosterone stays active in your body for like 3 fucking weeks. So you don't want any drug in your body for that fucking long. So that's why Sestanon makes people gain so much weight, is because that testosterone decanate or decanate, you retain a lot of water on that because that test is in your body so fucking long. That's the bad part with blends, is they usually include that long ester, the testosterone decanate or decanate. Oh, I like tescipionate. It's one molecule. The ester is 1 molecule shorter than enthanate, so the half-life, is like a day shorter. You're talking about, 12 days versus 13 or whatever it is. I don't know. What's the half-life between cipionate and enthanate? I have no clue. But I like cipionate. In your opinion, who is the best power lifter of all time? Ed fucking Cohn of Chicago, Illinois. Jay, are you a big coffee drinker? Thoughts on coffee? No, I do pre-workout, asshole. What do you think about using SARMs? I think SARMs are bullshit. Most SARMs, all they do is elevate your IGF-1. That's where you get the weight gain from. And they also shut down your natural testosterone production. So you might gain 15 shitty pounds, but then you're left with fucking a damaged fucking testosterone production system. So you wind up going backwards on SARMs. It's not like you're going to get bigger every SARM cycle you use, because you got to do post-cycle therapy after SARMs, because your natural system is shutting down. a lot of the gains from SARMs is water retention. That MK77, I tried that horse shit. I gained a lot of water weight on that horse shit. That shit is not for me. And I read more up on it, and all it does is elevate your IGF-1. Steroids elevate your IGF-1. So why not just do real steroids? You're causing your body more harm by using SARMs. Indeed it is. I don't know what he's referring to. Does Masteron really get rid of man boobs? It helps. I would get some letrozole, which I don't recommend unless you got man boobs. And I would stack letrozole, which is an AI. It's not a steroid. I would get on some Masteron or Proviron, whatever you could get your hands on. And I would do it with some letrozole. And obviously, if you're going to do the Masteron or the Proviron, you're going to have to do a little bit of test. But keep your test very low because you don't want any estrogen. You're not going to have any estrogen with Letro. But I would do like a TRT level of test, and then I would do Letro and Masteron and see how that works. It should work. You could use Cabergoline too. If your bitch tits were from DECA, Cabergoline will help get rid of them. So I don't think many people get DECA bitch tits. I'll tell you, I don't use as much AI as I used to. I found out those AIs are not good for you. I used to think the less estrogen in my body, the better. And I used to take an AI like fucking every day. Now, I take it once or twice a week, depending on how many times I pin my testosterone. Like if I'm cruising and I'm only taking testosterone once a week, I'm only taking my AI once a week, and I tend to take it the next morning when the majority of that testosterone is going to hit your bloodstream. If I'm blasting and I'm hitting testosterone shots 2 or maybe 3 times a week, I'll do my AIs 2 times a week, rarely 3. You don't need as much of those as people think. I backed off on the Propecia too. I was doing Propecia every fucking day, thinking more is better. And then I found out that you need a little bit of DHT to finish off your hard-on. See, testosterone is what gets your dick hard, right? Well, testosterone's only going to get your dick so hard. Think about DHT as being the cherry on the top of your sundae. It just makes your hard-on that much better. So, you want a little DHT. You don't want to do so much Propecia that you don't have any DHT. You need just a little bit. Are you naturally? Are you still boxing Lenny? Idiot, I got 2 fucking dislocated fucking tendons, you moron. Hamburg in 2 weeks, Jay. Is Jared a bedroom bullied sponsored athlete? I'd like to. I could radically change that young man with drugs. Everybody would hate me, but I'm just joking. Yeah, how am I supposed to box Lenny with fucking no legs? I'm not going to have good, strong legs for 2-3 months. I'm just wondering if Lou is going to allow Lenny to do a podcast with me, or if Lou is going to allow Lenny to go to the gym when I'm there. Lou calls the shots. Would you fist Dale if he asked nicely? In his pussy or his asshole? Are Swedes welcome? I guess. David Marino, 84. What's up, motherfucker? I sent you a private message. You didn't get back to me. Oh. I have a feeling I'm going to be going through Ocala before my coworker gets there with my shit. He's scheduled for home time. So all my shits from my truck before the accident is going to wind up at his house while he's on home time. And I'll probably already be in Delray. We're probably going to miss each other by like a day or two. Really sucks. I don't know. I don't know the exact... trucking. Who knows? But he's scheduled for home time. So he's going to be going home pretty much a couple days after I'm headed home. So anyway, maybe we'll get to meet in person. My mom thinks we should just pay to have that shit shipped to Delray Beach, because it's like a fucking 3-hour drive each way. I just don't know how well that shit is boxed up. I don't know if I think his name is Tommy, the driver. I don't know if he just threw all that shit in a box and it's loose or what. But, the only breakable shit that's in there is my laptop, which is basically worthless. I mean, what's a couple-year-old laptop worth? But my CPAP, I don't want my CPAP fucked up. And there are some glass vials in there somewhere. Not juice. Shit like Propecia and Cialis. Shit that I got from a peptide company. Anti-estrogens. That type of stuff. Ancillaries. So I'd hate to get my shit delivered to me and all my fucking Viagra and Cialis is fucking broken. I'd be pissed. Jay, what nationalities are you? That's a good question. On my mother's side, my grandfather was 100% Finland, right near Hamburg. The proud Finnish people, real good people. My mother's mother is from the island of Malta, and they are basically similar to what do you call those people? Not Italians, but the ones that live on the island. You know what I'm talking about. Sicilians. Yeah, like uh, most of Malta. See, Malta was occupied in the Middle Ages, and then for some reason everybody packed up and left, and no one really knows why. And Sicilians re-inhabited the island of Malta. So most Sicilians, or most Maltese, have Sicilian blood. So I'm a little bit mixed up on that side, with Viking blood and Sicilian blood. And then on my dad's side, my grandfather was 100% Irish Catholic, and my grandmother, not a, she was like claims to be a bunch of different things, depending how much she's had to drink. Um, but she's basically Scottish and Norwegian. Uh, so I'm kind of a mutt. I got about five different things in me. And I know my grandma had Norwegian in her because her maiden name is Oberson, and that's really that's like Smith in Norway. Oberson, Oberson or Sen, Oberson. Yeah, it doesn't. That's like Smith or Jones over there in fucking Scandinavia. And then she was part Scottish. So I don't know. Can't really claim any nationality like that I really cling to. I'm just good old fashioned American, gun toting fucking. J, test only cycle, okay. I guess I just think that if you add a little something something to a test only cycle, you're going to get a lot more out of it. So, I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask because I always think a cycle should have three things. A cycle should your base should be your testosterone. Then you should have an injectable anabolic with it, like a Deca or an Equipoise or a Primobolan, something like that. Then I think you should, the first 6 weeks, take an oral with those two injectables. Like if you were going to do like a 10-week test and EQ cycle, the first 6 weeks, you might kickstart with some D-ball or some Anavar. That's a real cycle. 3 compounds. So anything less than 3 compounds, I just shake my head. And I believe in the law of diminishing returns. It's not like you're going to get much more from 4 compounds. 3 seems to be the magic number. You add a 4th compound in there, it's not like you're going to get 25% more gains. It doesn't work that way. The law of diminishing returns. So I would stick to a cycle that's test, an injectable anabolic, and an oral. That's the ultimate cycle. And there's different combinations that work together better than some. So that's something to consider. But you got to do a lot of research. Oh man, is this tiring. I can't wait to get into bed and take these fucking braces off. I can't wait for my ride to get here on Monday, people. It's already fucking Friday. And I am headed home Monday. My friend picks me up probably around 1 o'clock. He's got an 11 o'clock flight. So he's got to go to baggage claim. And then he's got to go to the rent-a-car counter. So he's going to be a couple hours. So I don't know. If he picks me up at fucking 1, 2 o'clock, I'll be happy. I doubt we'll get to Kansas City the first night. Maybe we'll get to Omaha. He's got a real good camera. We're going to be doing a lot of filming. We're not just going to be filming with our cell phones. He's actually got a camera. So the Ments on the Bedroom Bullies escape to Florida are going to be there, people. He also told me he's got the equipment for a podcast. So I don't know what we're going to do. Someone mentioned vlogging the whole thing. I don't know much about that either. That's just out of my realm of giving a fuck. Electronics don't fucking get me excited unless it's fucking high voltage hooked up to a chick's titties. You get me a car battery, some jumper cables, and a chick with some nice big fake tits, you got my attention. Other than that, electronics don't stimulate me. Cute glasses. Dude, these are like the cheapest dollar store reading glasses you can get. They came in a 4-pack. What's a good gym in Delray? Thinking of moving down there soon. Was there for vacation and didn't care for LA. Dude, I'm telling you, Boynton Barbell Club. If you don't need all those cookie cutter machines, and you can, work out in a barbell club where there's, more of a powerlifting, strongman, CrossFit type environment, people doing box jumps and people flipping tires and people doing some heavy squats and bench presses. That's where I would go. Boynton Barbell Club. I wish some of those barbell clubs would get a few cookie cutter machines. Like maybe a hack squat or a leg press here or there. I mean, what's that going to hurt? I guess just some of those people get set in their ways and they want to do it all with free weights. But I don't care who you are. You can't hit the quads with a front squat the way you can with a hack squat machine, because you're concentrating on holding the bar and you're concentrating on keeping your back straight, yada, yada, yada. I love a hack squat machine. See, and a lot of those barbell clubs don't even have a leg press. You got to find a compromise. A gym that can accommodate a bodybuilder, a gym that can accommodate a power lifter, and a gym that can accommodate a strongman. Because if you got a gym that can accommodate those 3 disciplines, even a CrossFitter could come in there and get in a good workout. Because you're going to have all the stuff for a CrossFitter to go play with. CrossFitting is kind of like a hybrid between powerlifting and strongman. Except you do more reps. And and you do a lot of your exercises in stupid fucking order. How often do you train chest? Any recommendations on getting past 315? Yeah, bench 320 makes it real easy. I train chest hard once a week. Um, if I'm able to get in there for a second workout, it's easy. And my percentages of my one rep max are very low, and I'm just doing like sets of 15, trying to blow the fucking lactic acid out of there, just getting a pump. Or I'll do a speed day on my second day. Training somewhere from 60 to 70% of my one rep maximum, and with real short rest intervals, like under 2 minutes. And I'll do like an 8 sets of 3 with explosive reps. Other than that, you can't go heavy and hard twice a week. What's a good powerlifting program? I could go. That would take some to take for a good. How am I supposed to answer that? What's your hospital bill up to now, bully? I have no clue. God damn. I wonder what just the surgery was. The only people that are calling me and asking me for money are the ambulance company. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know it's not like child support. They don't throw you in jail. Do you like the movie RoboCop? I don't think I've ever actually watched RoboCop in its entirety. I just think at the age I was at when that came out, I thought it was a little fucking hokey. When did that come out? The early 80s, mid 80s? Keep hoping to meet that girl, Jay. Which one? Lenny said you homo. Yeah. One, I doubt Lenny said that. Two, if Lenny did say that, he's got a lot of balls. Wait until I got 2 broken legs to run his mouth. Papa Giuseppe. My ex was average looking and very boring. I like that naughty librarian look. That turns me the fuck on. Give me a naughty librarian any day of the week. I'm gonna drink a whole fucking 2-liter before dinner. Big J, what are you thinking about abortion bills that were passed? I really don't think about them too much because everything's going to have to go to the Supreme Court. The Roe versus Wade was fucking decided on some real shitty fucking circumstances. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Is Jared still here? I don't know. You're not fat, Jay. Well, what do you call it? Hmm. What do you think of Alabama making abortion a felony? I think that's bad. My eyes are starting to hurt trying to read this shit. Where can I get Proviron and not get my house raided? I don't know. What time is it? Alright, Fags, I'm getting kind of bored. I need to start thinking about some dinner. I need to rest my legs. I'm not going to go walking somewhere. I'm probably going to have DoorDash. They just bring me something. You know, down there in Florida, you guys got delivery dudes. Up here, we have Delivery Dash or DoorDash. Oh, they bring good food. So anyway, no, UPS drivers have like 100 stops a day. All right, well, let's wrap this one up. Just looking for one last question that piques my interest, and I don't see it. God, I can't see shit without these glasses on. All right, looks pretty boring on my end. We're down to 40 people. All right, kiddos. Well, I